This is why I believe that emotional detachment is such a superpower when it comes to achieving your goals in life. When you emotionally detach from a situation or from a person, it doesn't mean that you don't care. It's just not letting your emotions dictate your actions. It enables you to reflect on your long-term goals and really evaluate the situation you're in without acting out of emotion, out of impulse in the moment, and really enables you to take a look at the situation, review the negatives, review the positives, and make some good decisions from that point onwards with no emotion involved. The first thing you need to have in place before you can emotionally detach from situations, from people, is standards. You need to set personal standards that you live up to and you hold yourself by, and if anything or anyone gets in the way of them standards, they're gone. This comes with setting goals too. If you have a specific goal in mind and you are going to achieve this goal in your lifetime, if there's things or people or situations getting in the way of this goal, this is a time to emotionally detach and review the positives and negatives. So, for example, to put it easy, let's say you're going through a breakup right now. It can be seen as a negative thing, but how you need to view these situations is what meaningful positives can I take away from this to use to help me towards my goal. And once you've done this a few times, any negative situation that happens to you, you'll be able to zoom out, look into the situation, no emotion. This went good, this went bad. I'm not going to take part in this situation, or I'm going to kick this person to the curb. I've nothing to do with them anymore. This is what I'm taking away positively from this situation to benefit me in the future. And you've got to think to yourself, will this situation you're going through in 10 years' time have more of a positive or negative impact on the goals and standards you've set yourself? And if it's a negative, it's time to zoom out, look at the situation, make a decision, and potentially get rid of that person, not take part in whatever's happening. If you set yourself a goal, like I have done, that means so much to you, it actually adds so much power in your life. Nothing anyone says, nothing anyone does to you, no matter how negative the situation can be, you actually see it as a positive, because there's constant things I'm taking away from situations, no matter how shit they are. People look into my life and go, fucking hell, that must be really tough for him. He must be really struggling with that. No, everything's a positive. You take positives away from the negatives that are helping me towards my goal. So how can you actually act not out of emotion? This is a perfect example. Breakup again. Happened to me recently. If the person you're with says something that absolutely outrages you, you might feel angry, you might feel sad, you might just want to say something back. You don't. End the call, you stop messaging, you leave the room if they're in front of you, and just take 10 minutes. No phone, just sit in your own head and just go, right, these are my goals. This is what I want from life. Can I really be dealing with this situation again in the future? And if it's a no, it's a simple message that person back and say, I'm sorry, I need to hold myself to my standards and I respect myself. We cannot carry on anymore. Don't expect yourself to be a robot. Feeling emotions is normal. You just don't always have to act on them. So you need to build yourself a system. Mine is, something happens to me, I take myself away from the situation and go review it in the moment. Or if I'm sat in front of someone, they say something I don't like, it's a, yep, whatever, deflect it, go away, review what they've just said, and if it was right, go back and tell them, thanks for saying that, I can take something away from that. Or if it wasn't right, you can go back and go, what you said was wrong. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, if you're in front of somebody, you can detach instantly, walk away, leave the room, keep your peace, think about what's been said, go back into the room and discuss it without acting on your emotion. And you need to focus on your identity. I hold myself to such high standards that I know no matter what I'm going through, positive or negative, I'm still going to take actions every single day to work towards my goals. And I've done this enough now, all the shit that's happened to me this year, means nothing. I've taken positives away from everything. And I've seen more success this year than any other year I've done when it comes to business, self-improvement. And this year has probably been one of the worst years for me over the past few years. So just goes to show, just because you're going through some shit, don't act emotional, don't be irrational. Take yourself out of the situation, review it, take what positives you can from it, and you'll be fine. If this is your first time watching, free community down below, trying to get a load of lads together that are on the self-improvement game, mindset, business and fitness. See you in there.